Videoblog.
Hey there, this is Tim from Twice Circled, and welcome to episode 24 of the official Big Pharma video blog. Now, it's been a little while since the last episode. Partly that's because I've been on holiday, for a little holiday. Went away for just under a week to France a couple of weeks ago. And it's also partly because I've been splitting my time between Big Pharma and some other stuff, which I'll talk a little bit about later in the vlog. So, why am I releasing this vlog today? It's like usual, well, like I do sometimes, I'm coinciding it with the release of the latest update. So that's version 1.0200, which is out now as you see this vlog. It doesn't match this number here. That's because I always update that number only for like the proper release build. And this latest patch is mainly optimizations and bug fixes. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the optimizations that I've done actually during this vlog, because I think it's kind of interesting. Some things have been more effective than others, but overall I think basically the game's running as good as I can get it, kind of without rewriting massive chunks of code basically. And I'll talk a little bit more about kind of how it runs in certain ways, you know, in case any of you guys are technically minded and kind of interested in that, because you know me, I mean, some of you will have been watching my vlog since the very beginning. I'm very transparent, partly because I cannot keep up any kind of sham that I do things any differently to how I do them. It's way too complicated for me to pretend something isn't how it actually is. So I just basically say exactly what I think and do. You guys seem to react pretty well to that, so that's nice. Towards the end of this vlog, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my plans, both with Big Pharma in mind and Twice Circled, other games, that sort of thing. And if I can kind of work it in without getting too distracted from the gameplay, I also want to have a little chat about some stuff I've been thinking about lately in game design, and also like a little talk that I gave a couple of weeks ago. Just some thoughts that I've been having, you know, because this is a Big Pharma vlog, but as you guys probably know, it's also kind of my Twice Circled vlog, and it's just my little outlet for saying stuff what I think. Right. So what is this vlog actually about? Now the cool thing is, because the update is only bug fixes and optimizations, it gives me a lot of freedom in terms of what I want to do during this vlog, and I'm going to have some fun on a full unlock scenario. I'm going to play Big Spender. Now this one says to simultaneously supply 5 products treating different cures with a combined value per sale above £500. Now I'm choosing this one. I think it's these kind of products are interesting. You might not kind of realise this when you've played them before, but in a way what these objectives do differently to, for example, the ones where it's all about revenue or the ones about supplying lots of a certain type of product, is these really don't matter about volume. Now you can win this instantly if you just 1 month supply one of 5 different products treating different cures with a combined value per sale above £500. Now look, admittedly it takes money to build these production lines. So essentially what I think these objectives are about is balancing the amount of money you're making and kind of making these high-tech lines reaching for that cure that you can't quite afford to make at a high volume, and so you maybe making like it's a balance between making really profitable cures and making the cures which we need a level which generally won't be as profitable, I imagine. You know, you could actually kind of reach with something that's hardly upgraded at all, make just one of this product to win this game, even though it might not even make you much money. Anyway, so I think we can have some fun with that, and because it's full unlock where you start with all of the machines, I think we could have some fun making some interesting lines with lots of splitting and joining and multi-mixers, because we don't need high volume. We might, it'd be awesome if I could make a single joint production line which supplies all 5 of these products. That might be a little bit of a stretch, and I'm not sure if we're going to finish this scenario, but you know what, I should probably start it to give us the best chance. Let's go. Twice Circled, Chan, the old faithful. It means I never get to play against Chan, which is a shame. Okay, so, pause. Now, if you've not played this scenario before, what's interesting about it is you start with all of the machines. One little tweak which isn't actually made very clear, now I think about it, is that these scientists actually cost twice as much per day and also cost twice as much to hire them. So although you start with all the machines, upgrading is very expensive. The other thing to note is you don't start with all of the ingredients, so it's not like free build. It's far from free build. It's still quite hard to make money because you have to. You don't have any catalysts yet, so there's a limit to how far you can go with each cure. Although we have actually lucked out because we've started with hypertension, and the blood cure family doesn't actually need any catalysts, so that's probably a good place to start, just to earn us some money, and then we can start looking at some interesting lines that we can make, kind of mixing things together. Kind of annoyed that both these starting cures occupy the third slot, because that makes mixing them a little more... Well, I've got the shaker already, don't I? Alright, let's start with something simple. We've got 150 grand. We can probably make quite an efficient line. So I want to start with something that's going to make me money, and then let's, you know what, let's be good to get one of these catalysts, because that's going to hold us back. Okay, yeah, let's hire a couple of guys. Which one should we go for? Infection, body response. Body response is diabetes, hypothyroid, infection is cold, etc. Kind of fancy this one. Yeah. Alright. Explorers cost the same amount as normal. So, we're just going to make a... I'm going to try and keep it really compact. We'll probably take most of this building, but we're going to maybe try and make a one in, one out full speed line of sickle cell anemia. I'm not sure if we can afford that actually, because it does take a number of chromatographs. They cost 10 grand each. Ooh. We might have to go for the one before that. Okay, let's give it a go. Right, so first we need to get up to hypertension. Sorry, no, we need to get up to treats angina. So let's work our way down towards this corner. Now in this, because you're going to making such advanced things, I think sockets are quite cheap on this level, basically. I don't think you need to be worrying about kind of building in front of sockets too much, I think. Now we need to get it up to 9. I think we're just going to go for 3 agglomerators to do this. That's actually quite a nice shape. It's worked out quite good. This is more awkward, but that's okay. I've got to admit, I quite like this ×5 speed. It's kind of a shame. Like, I don't want people to kind of ignore what's going on in the game. Like, you know, the nice graphics, animations and that sort of stuff. But I've got to admit, if you're playing very kind of mechanics based, especially in these vlogs where I don't want to waste your time too much, it is really nice to kind of have the 5 speed, pause, chat for a bit, 5 speed. I resisted adding it for so long, and then I was like, you know what, if people want it, people can have it, whatever. But, you know, every now and again I hope you decide to watch the pretty animations. I mean, look, it's so cool. And how often, honestly, watching this, how often, I assume you already own the game, I probably shouldn't, I hope you all own the game. How often do you actually zoom in and look at things at like full res? Basically, when you're maximum zoomed at whatever resolution you're at, you're actually seeing all of the sprites at full res. Oh my god, look how good they look. You know, I bet you play most of the time out here, which is fine, but, you know, appreciate my artisanship. I'm just teasing. Play the game however you want. You paid for it. Oh, wait, I should have 2 of these, shouldn't I?
Invalid position.
We do the old Wicksteed shuffle. My surname's Wicksteed, by the way. So I invented this. No one was doing this until I showed them. It's a slight lie. There we go. Now, let's just get rid of that. just in case anybody's not aware, you can hold control and right click. It highlights yellow in the latest version to delete drugs on their own. It's more convenient than going to the delete tool. You can also hold control and do this. Oops, I shouldn't have actually deleted those. That was a waste of money. But yeah, anyway. Right. So yeah, my fancy crossroad thing. That's worked. Okay. So, you know what? I mean, I feel like we do have space. Oh, it's just whether we have money. I think, okay, what we want to do here is let's be smart. Let's design... I don't think we're going to have enough. Oh, can we do this? We get it up to 14, and then we run it through chromatograph. I have a... We don't... Oh wait, yeah, we can find this out. So if we go here, we can see sickle cell anemia is up there. So yeah, we could run it through 2 chromatographs in a row to get it back up to where it was. And then the thing is, we need to basically have 6 chromatographs. We could maybe do it with condensers, which are a little bit cheaper. Double the concentration. They cost 6,000. Maybe. The point is, do we have enough money, basically, to make 6 chromatographs? Oh, we probably do. 14. So we could use a condenser... 15. 7. So we could use an evaporator here, followed by a condenser which doubles the concentration. 2 condensers. Wait. I always forget that's a slightly neater way of doing it. It does, like, mean your belts kind of stick out in a slightly weird way. Oh wait, I've been looking at the... Yeah, no, that's right. That is the upgrade requirement. Okay, that's fine. I'm being very greedy here. We can always take out a loan, actually. Yeah, it's no big deal. We'll be fine. Right, we're going to go straight for sickle cell anemia. Okay, now we're going to have to buy these. I forgot that was going to cost me a load of money. Okay, so now we need to have 6 chromatographs. We need 3 sets of 2 in a row. You can recombine the lines after splitting it over 3, but there's no point. You might as well just have 2 in a row, 3 sets.
A competitor has released a new product.
Oh, Barclay. I think that's my favorite setup. Oh, that was expensive. Oh, that was expensive. Ooh. Huh. This is interesting. We need to combine these. You know what? It might be better to go for this setup, and then just shift all of them down. Well, actually, no. This is fine, but we just need to shift these down like that. So the point is, we need to combine these two. Okay, we're gonna have to shift them all down. So you'll see what I mean. Now it's just the weird thing that happens. Like, it's actually quite difficult to split a 2 into a 3 directly. It doesn't really work very well. And you're much better actually completely combining the line and then splitting that across a freeway, basically. Wait a minute. I'm getting confused here. We need to split it off across 3 sets. It's got to be like this. That's much better. Okay. And now we're going to split this using the freeway. That looks cool. Doesn't that look cool? I don't think I've ever worked. That's a really nice layout for this. And then we need to put it through probably a syringe maker. Yeah, we are going to need a small loan. Well, I say small. Syringe makers are bloody expensive. They cost... Okay, no, 10,000. Okay, we'll go for the 50. This is going to make us some pretty good money. I expect we'll be able to pay it off quite quick. Now we are doing... Yeah, we're going to actually need 3 syringe makers. Now you don't actually have to do the... this is really neat. This freeway split, I like it, but you don't actually have to do that. You can actually do it like this, and what will happen is while this is working, nothing will be able to enter it, and so they'll just keep going down. And so what you'll find is this will actually split. 2 go this way, and only 1 goes in here, so it'll work out fine. But this is a kind of a neat way of doing it. And then we can just do this. God, that's a sexy production line. Wait. I always do this. Have I actually worked it out correctly? This is going to upgrade it, and then that's going to take it down to 4, and then this is going to take it back up to 14. I have worked this out right, haven't I? I got it into the right concentration. Yeah. Fuck, phew. Okay. Jesus. Oh, that's a point. I never got rid of my inflamed skin. I can't get rid of it. So that might be a bit of an issue. We should probably try and get to the max strength concentration. Because otherwise this side effect will kind of pull it down a bit. That's just one way. You can use syringe makers normally without too much worry with a low-level side effect, but you probably want to go for the max strength concentration to make sure that your cure rating is pretty good. So we don't actually know what this max strength is, so I think what we'll do is here, whoops, let's put a little analyzer in. It might take a little while, but at least we're making most of our money. We're just losing 1/3 of it, which should cover the cost of the loan and our workers. How much is that making? 421. Pretty good.
A competitor has released a new
There we go. We've already got one. Hey, we're 1/5 of the way there, guys. Almost half of the vlog gone. So, let's put that on slow speed. I've got a new ingredient. I did want to chat to you a little bit about... I'm going to take a slight interval here because I'm not very good at making production lines while chatting about other stuff. So, I'm just going to take... a couple of minutes to tell you about some stuff I think is interesting. So, yeah, one of the things that I was surprised didn't provide very good optimization benefits. You know, just in case anybody out there is like not a coder, which is quite common. When I say optimization, what I mean is not changing the way the game works in any way. I just mean changing the way the game runs. So that's basically, I'm trying to get the frame rate as high as possible. And the way we do that is we find little inefficiencies in the code, and we also try to maybe reduce the amount of stuff that's having to be drawn on screen, and that's what I mean when I say optimization. To get the game running as quick as possible at your end. Yeah, one of the surprising things was I did some analysis and I found out that basically a massive chunk of the time was spent rendering. I actually asked on the forum for someone to create a really big factory for me to use to bottleneck the game, find out where it was slowing down. Someone made a huge factory like this, 3x3, all full of machines. And when you zoomed out, I think about half maybe a little less than half actually, about 1/3 of the total rendering time on a given frame, given kind of time it spent calculating each frame of the game running was spent rendering, so drawing all of these little squares and all of the sprites. So I thought, okay, here's a really good chance for me to optimize, is if I reduce the amount of stuff that's being drawn. So I spent ages basically designing a detail level setting which allowed you to reduce the detail on these machines. You got things like these little vents at the top of machines, you got smoke, you got these little, if I just kind of put this on single speed, these little things, cylinders come out and it goes spray and then all the steam blows, you got these little characters, and I basically got rid of about half the things on the machines to kind of reduce the amount it was drawing, and it had an absolutely negligible effect on the frame rate. And I think my only guess can be is it's because of the way it batches together draw calls. I am getting a little technical here. And so actually just having a few more of these things being drawn was hardly affecting it at all. And that was so annoying. So I ended up getting rid of it because basically what's the point of offering you guys a way of playing the game so it doesn't look as good, and all it gives you is like an extra 2 frames per second. It's just not worth it. So I got rid of that, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, this is just to give you an insight into like development. Like you do find you only really hear about, unless I tell you, hear about when stuff goes right, basically. You get to see what finally ends up in the game. But all sorts of times when you're developing something, you basically hit a dead end, and you spend a couple of days working on something only to have to chuck it out. And that's one of the reasons why it can seem like games take a long time to make. It's actually that you're probably making about 3 games, but you only ever actually release like the best 1/3 of that, if that makes sense. But obviously you need to release an entire game, so you have to make 3 times the amount of stuff. That's just like a simple way of putting it. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I'll carry on building stuff now. But luckily I did find some really, really good optimization, some really good things not to do with rendering, actually. It was just to do with the way the data is kind of analysed and calculated, and I've managed to shave off quite a lot, actually. You'll still find when you zoom out the game runs a little bit slowly, but with a really, really busy factory. But if you zoom in on like the recommended specs, it doesn't matter how big your factory gets, it should be totally playable, which is really good, I think. And even on minimum specs, you should be running at 30 frames per second without too much trouble. 60 on the recommended, which is nice. So we got our analyzer working, kind of slowly. There'll be quite a few turns before that goes. We should look at that ingredient we got. In fact, let's just see what he's making. He's making stroke punisher. Yeah. And he's making angina punisher. So this is kind of nice because we've kind of dodged him. He's making stroke and angina with the hypertension. We've gone all the way up to sickle cell anemia. We don't know what he's making profit-wise, but I'm confident that we're doing well. Look at this. We're actually losing £83 a day, and that's because we're throwing away an ingredient every 3 ticks, which is costing us, quite a lot. You see. In fact, I feel like we should still be covering it, but that's interesting. But I think once we stop analysing, then we should be able to, we should be making a profit. God, I'm really low on money though. Oh, look at this. Okay, I guess it's just because, there's a period when we don't sell for quite a while. Yeah, that's interesting. Fluctuating. Okay.
A competitor has released a new product.
Okay, he's made a sachet. He's made a sachet! The AIs hardly ever make sachets. Why? I don't know why he's made a sachet. Oh, it's worth ever so slightly more. But I think sachets cost more. Sorry, I'm actually really, really intrigued by this. Process costs 30. Increase combined value by 30 for each positive effect. Yeah, it's pointless. And it's got a process time of 3, and it costs 7,000. Oh, Barclay, I thought you were smart. Yeah, well done with that. Great work. Oh, I actually know why that is. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so one of the tweaks I've made in this latest version is I've increased the diversification factor. It's called the diversification leaning for the AIs at slightly lower levels, although this is actually on the kind of normal difficulty up here with the full unlock scenario. But it still affects it a little bit, where basically the AIs are encouraged to not saturate the market quite so much, and I think that's what's going on here. Basically, it's done on a product basis, and so don't worry, there's other calculations that take into account actual market saturation, but there's just this extra little fudge factor, which just encourages him to basically branch out and make different products instead of just putting all his eggs in one basket. And what's interesting here is the value of these two is so similar in terms of return on investment that because he was already making this one here, the diversification factor says let's value anything we're already making a little bit lower, and so it's just meant that this sachet maker is actually worth slightly more higher value than this one, even though it's really not going to make him any more money, and it costs a lot more to invest in that production line. I think that's kind of funny. Silly Barclay. The good news though, the idea of this isn't to make the AIs cleverer, it's to make them more fun to play against. Basically in the beginner and intermediate scenarios, and the advanced ones, I know it can be frustrating when the AI basically massively floods the market with a certain product. I just think it's more fun if they're spreading out a bit more, so you get to have spread out a bit more as well. Okay, slowly running out of money. Oh yeah, we should reinvest our guys. Huh. We're gonna have to get another loan out, I think. Let's just get this big one. Okay. That will make us money eventually. I like this one. Let's go for the warts. And then we might be in a position where we can make something a little bit kind of funky. You know what? I wanted to go for this one, but the catalyst lines up with it, which is kind of annoying. I quite like both of these things. If we shake this twice... Haven't got any upgrades yet. They are expensive though. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, no, this is fine. So I'm not really telling you what I'm planning. Ooh, we don't have a huge amount of space. Okay, let's just see what we can fit in here. So, let's 9. Wait, it's actually better to go clockwise with these guys. I was kind of trying to stay away from these ports, but I think we're okay. Okay, so 15. Let me use the... that's the wrong way round. Okay, contraceptive. So we can try to alleviate erectile dysfunction. I'm not sure we're going to have enough space because I think we're going to have 2 shakers, and then we want to have the double multi-mixer set up. But maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we don't go for throughput. Maybe we go for single multi-mixer setup. So what I'm thinking about here is, can we want to basically get this catalyst in, and I'm thinking double shake. So these 2 slots move around to the top 2, and then they're going to be here. And that's kind of nice because then we also get our soothes cold symptoms into the same thing. Alternatively what we could do is shake this once. That means we do get our warts in, but then we actually, the sleepiness, we get sleepiness instead of soothes cold symptoms, which we don't want. And where's that? That's in the middle. Wow, we're going to hit a lot of side effects. Ouch. Alright, let's give this a go. This might not work. We're going to try double shake. Oh, that looks kind of sexy though. Look at that. Why am I doing... I think we're just going to go single multi-mixer. Well, we might as well go single multi-mixer because we haven't doubled up our shakers. So we're going to do something like this. Yep, this should work.
Analysis complete.
Hey, okay. Oh, I forgot we're going to have to move this out a little bit. Oh, wait a minute before I do that. Right, that's just for a... Okay. Okay, we got this. Got to toggle the base. It's fine. Oh, let's slow this down a little bit. Okay. This is what we want, you see? So, we have both our cures here. We have the contraceptive. We have the catalyst. It's going to be a little bit tight. We need to get this up to 17 and agglomerate it. We can't... You see, I'd like... Well, that is probably still smaller, yeah. I'm going to use an... I'm going to use cryogenic condenser to double. Okay. I think we should move this down here. Oh dear. Come on, Tim. And then we're going to use the cryogenic condenser, because this is already speed 2. We basically, at the very beginning, I think this is one of the really interesting parts of Big Pharma. It's like you have to make this judgment at the beginning, like how much space do I have? Is it going to be possible to make a perfect one in, one out production line? Because sometimes you don't need that. You know, you only pay for machines when they go through. So if you make a production line that is, you know, not, oh god, I got to toggle the base again, don't I? You don't always have to make something that's perfect, process complete. You know what I mean? Perfect process speed of one. Okay, great. Let me just finish this thought. Because for the most part, you're rewarded for going for high-level cures, and so I think it's the right call here to go for a kind of reaching for that high-level cure rather than trying to go for a low-level cure, which we can then have the volume output, kind of one every single day. I think that's the right call in this circumstance. But I think that's one of the fun decisions you get to make. So we need to do that. Then we need to use a dissolver. Ooh, that's a little bit... Oh no, that's okay. Okay. And then that means that this is now at the right concentration, 17 to 19. So we could just put a couple of pill makers down here, or one pill maker is all we need actually. Yeah, a bit crappy, but you know, we could just do this. I mean, wait. No, we could upgrade it, and then we need to... Ah, shit, yeah. We've also got to think about the fact that we now would like to get this up 1, 2, 3. That's doable with an agglomerator. Eesh. Crikey. Oh, how are we going to fit this in? I hate you, agglomerator. I hate you. Yes, I know I designed you, but I hate you. I just want to make it free higher. So do you understand what I'm trying to do here? I need to combine these three, put it into an agglomerator, and then send it here, and I'd rather not have to move these syringes out because we really want to keep this gap here because we need to use that to exit here. It's in other words, this is really hard. Shit. Like, it's funny, like one more in this direction or one more in this direction would make this all so much easier. We just can't quite do it. Can we move that? Yeah, we could move that up one. Doesn't quite alleviate the issue. Can we do anything with this agglomerator? So we connect this here. We can't put that there. That just doesn't work. We could put it there. But then we'd need to shift everything that way one, basically. Or we kind of run this up here, put it through the agglomerator up here. I mean, that's very neat. But then how are you going to get it into all these syringe makers? You kind of put that one there. Yeah, we could do two.
Invalid position. Invalid position.
It's not going to work, is it? Could we have used a crossroad in some fancy way? Oh, and that wouldn't work there anyway. Because, yeah, we already need that space there to go to the agglomerator. gosh. That's hard. So, that does work. It's just we need to get a third syringe in there somehow. Oh, you know what we could do? We could split it and then just do something really like dirty. I mean, then all we're doing is we just lost some money there, but fuck it. Something like this. Now we're having to use 2 agglomerators, but the process cost is the same. All this is cost me is 2,000 up front for the agglomerator, even though it seems like this is worse. It's using manual belt laying there for a bit. Oh fuck, have I actually... No, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to actually help me. Oh, we're that square! That is it! Fuck! Oh, and here. Oh, we're fucked in multiple ways. Oh dear. Shit. Fucking shaker. We could just get down to here. Never even upgraded this thing though. We'd... Oh, jeez. Fuck. Not for young ears. Dear. That was just horrible. Yeah, it's not really any better than how I described it, is it? I mean, because look, I'm using this line up here anyway. I don't know what to do. This is really ugly. I probably should have just left it the way it was and just... Yeah. I think I'm just going to go back to that. Screw it, I can't be bothered. I've lost a bit of, you know... Like, this is just by far the most compact, and we just can't fit the extra agglomerator in. Okay. But we can still perhaps do something here. So this is at... We need to run that for an agglomerator. We could go up here. Nah. We got to come all the way down here, which is just... I'm really worried this is not going to leave us enough space. Wait, let's check. Once we upgrade that, that's going to go to there. We need an autoclave. Shit! It's not going to fit, is it? It's not going to fit. It looked like I had all this space here. Okay, what if we move this up to here?
Invalid position.
It has to be down here. It has to be down here. The good news is... Whoops. Oh dear, come on. The good news. So yeah, I haven't really been able to do much cool mixing like I was hoping to. Just struggling to make like ends meet. I was hoping to do loads of stuff with like lots of crossroads crossing over, and to be honest, this has kind of got that... This vlog's kind of long enough now. I suppose I could extend this into a 2-parter actually, and just have a bit more fun playing the game. And maybe I'll talk about some of the other stuff I wanted to talk about in another vlog. You know, I'll release it maybe in a week or so, not so much of a long wait. I think that's a really good idea. Let's just finish this production line. So we do need to halve that, get that down to... Or we could just run it through... We need to get it down to 13, which means 2 ionizers and a dissolver. Or just an autoclave. Just an autoclave. But the autoclave is essentially impossible to fit in. Can we do it with ionizers? 1, 2... But then we just... we can't turn it into a pill. So fucking close. So close. No, I can't turn it into a pill. Shit! I'm so pissed off. So yeah, look, I've made this entire production line and I just can't make it work, you know? I mean, we could get rid of one of the shakers. Right, so you'll get to see what this does. So once this goes in here, okay, so we no longer have the soothes cold symptoms that we wanted, but we do have the catalyst in there at least. So we still go through the
New ingredient discovered.
there. So now it's catalyzed. We then go through the dissolver,
World event.
which means that's ready to go. And that has saved us a little bit. It means that we can now run it through an ionizer here. Oops. Fucking hell, Tim. Yeah, we gotta use a pill maker. Can't use a cream maker. Wait, can we use a cream maker? No. A cream maker would be good. I mean, I don't know. Personally, I kind of like, I get this little wicked smile across my face every time I'm forced to like rant at the computer, because it's, you know, you care. You can see the ramifications of your actions, and you're like, oh, if I just had an extra tile. And it's funny, you always want a little bit more than you can get, don't you?
Product name required.
Oh, interesting. I'm not going to bother dropping this down another one, because actually these are the versions when I did a double shake, which is better. It meant we could actually get two of these active almost. But what you'll see is once those have kind of run through, we're going to have a second version where instead of a nice serious cold symptoms cure, we actually have a side effect. Here we go.
Product name required.
What? That's even better. Okay. There'll be another version, yeah. Here we go. I think it's a deep purple. I think that's different. I don't know. I'm sure there's another version that doesn't have the soothes cold symptoms in it. It's just taking a while to work its way through. Looks very similar. You kidding me? What? Wait. Have I really? Sorry, what? Oh. Ah. How does that work? That's clever. What the hell? Oh, I didn't realise that happened. We removed the prompt sleepiness by accident at this stage, which meant that by the time it reached our multi-mixer, there was 3 empty slots, which means you didn't need the second shaker. When you put this second one into it, it just puts everything through, but the soothes cold symptoms, what do you get? yeah, everything through at that. And then what's even more amazing is this is removed between 12 and 14 by an ionizer, which is exactly what happens here. That's hilarious. Like, you know, a minute ago I was raving at the screen, and now I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's annoying we couldn't get it down by one more. If we get the concentration down one more, then this would be a lovely little double. Ugh, what a shame. There's no way we can fit that in. Alright, I think that's a success. We have 2 out of our 5. We're relatively early. Are we even making any money yet? I mean, that's the real question. Because if we're not, that's just, like, annoying. Should we... we haven't... What catalysts? Get the next catalyst. That's probably the next thing to go for. But we're not making any money. Okay, let's just get a couple more things. Are we really not making any money? So what's... some people have noticed that this number changes quite a lot. Now the reason that is it depends on when you sell things and when your machines go off. I've put it to it's a moving average over the last 3 days, which I thought would be enough to make it kind of be quite constant, because the maximum process time is 4. You know, you're relatively going to have most of your things in there. But it's strange the way it doesn't actually quite work out like that. I don't think it's a mistake in the calculation. I think it's a case of just like, look, sometimes, look there, both of those syringe makers go off on the same day. But they don't sell their product on the same day. And, if those things are just slightly out with each other, it is annoying, I admit, because you can't quite see what your profit is. I will take another look at that. I'm sure I did loads of thorough testing, and it's as well. So the problem is, like, the longer you make the moving average, the slower it is to react to changes. And so people go, oh, why is that not costing me money yet or making me money yet? It's actually quite a difficult thing to work out a moving average it's quite a difficult thing to work out an average profit because we don't make any estimations in Big Pharma. When stuff comes in your factory, it costs you money. When you run it through process machines, it costs you money. When you sell it, it makes you money. But at any time, I can just delete that, and it's going to completely change the amount of money I make. So it's it's very like finite. It's not like it's not making any predictions. It's just money in, money out. Maybe I'll increase the moving average to like 6 days, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that shouldn't be changing as much as it is. That's strange. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make this a 2-parter because I'm having fun. I should tell you a little bit more about what's actually in this particular update, because by the time you see the next vlog, this update's going to be out there. So in the next update, in the patch that's just come out, version 1.02.00, like I say, mostly optimization stuff. We have a little bit of kind of a couple of little tweaks. Things like the delete. You now see it's red, that means it's going to delete stuff. If you tap control once, it goes yellow, and that means it deletes drugs instead. Oops. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, you can right click. So that's sticky now, whereas before you had to hold control down, and I think it was just very easy to let your control off just as you let go of the mouse button, and then you end up deleting all your machines instead of the drugs. So I've just tried to make that a little bit more robust. That was based on someone's feedback. What else did we do which is worth mentioning? Oh, that's it. Yeah, I fixed the counting system for products. So yeah, this is the main one I wanted to mention. So now this is based on a particular set of products. So you'll see for the ones that we're selling, let's hide that. This has just got 1 cure, this has just got 1 cure. If something has 2 cures, it counts as a completely new product and it gets counted again. So if we were able to find a way to have this concentration lowered by 1 and we add in the serious cold symptom, that actually makes it count as a second type of product. It's only cures that have an effect here, and that's basically for all of the ones that are based on combined value, profit, or just total number of products. So it's just a little tweak there. It used to be a bit weird, whereas now I think that's very solid. Yeah, and I think nothing else is really worth mentioning. I did have some kind of mini announcements and stuff I wanted to talk to you about the future, but I'm actually going to save that for the next vlog, which I'm going to record shortly after this one, and that will come, in a week or so. So I'm not trying to tease you. It's just, I think this one's been long enough. And I also want to have a little chat about, some things that I've been thinking in terms of game design, which I think are interesting. But yeah, for now, let's leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the patch, and I will see you next time.